Call the Village Board of Weston trustee meeting to order, please. Let's all stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Roll call, please.
Maloney.
Here.
Cronin.
Here.
Ermeling.
Here.
Kern.
Here.
Lopes Sorrell.
Here.
Trustee Jordan is excused. And Zagami.
Here. Thank you. Time for public comments. I'll take them in the order that I received them. Russ Erickson. Russ, if you step up and state your name and address for the record, please.
I'm Russ Erickson, 6403 Kyle Road. I got my property taxes the other day. I think both of you did. Well, let me ask something first. Is this just public talking for complaints, or can I say good things?
You can say, it's public comments. Yep.
Well, I'm very happy. I looked at mine and I'm a retired accountant, and I went back and my taxes dropped $40 this year. They dropped $160 the year before. So, and I realized they might go up next year. I was listening. Who does the budgets? Yeah, I was listening last night. My wife fell asleep during that, by the way. And I realized the garbage was going to cost more and something. So we got some credits that are going to come through, but great job. And I just want to say that I love all the roads. I mean, last week it snowed and the plowing was done, by 6:30, and schools were open, 4.5, 5 inches of snow. And it's a safe environment. Public, the police and the fire department and safety does a great job. And I'd rather err on the side of paying them too much and having too many people than not enough. Our schools are great here. I like at Kennedy that they put in the baseball diamonds. Again, I'd rather err on the side of children. My wife and I don't even have any children, but I think a community needs a strong young base going forward. So we just retired and we were going to go to Tennessee and retire there. We're going to go to Florida, and we decided we're going to retire in Weston. We like our neighbors. We like the community. Everybody here is doing a great job. If I had more time in my 3 minutes, I'd shake all your hands. But it's a great town. I've lived in New York, Ohio, Amish communities, big communities, and people don't know how good we have it here. You guys do a great job. I'm sure you don't make a lot of money. It's not something you're going to become a millionaire, running for this. And I appreciate the new people coming on board, but I do watch it on YouTube. That's it. And the only problem I have is Amazon opened up. Now my wife is like, click. It's up on Sundays. What? Sundays. And she likes the Aldi's. She likes all the new stuff going on. Schofield Avenue is incredible. Weston is great. When we moved here 27 years ago, Schofield was one lane and there was stop signs when you got off the freeway. I think Weston has to keep growing and keep progressing. Otherwise, you go the other direction. Oh, by the way, my taxes, I went online and my taxes would have been $1,000 more in Wausau than in Weston. Now that's based on the internet.
Right.
Anyway, good job and thanks a lot.
Thank you. Looking for a motion to adjourn? Sorry. Let's see. Lisa Beck.
Lisa Beck, 1808 Cortez Lane, as always, super short. I wanted just to look at number 50 and number 60. I wonder if you want to bump them up differently, because I think number 50 is to talk about the aquatic center season prices, and then number 36 is talking about the fees. So you might want to reverse that, because I think aquatic fees are going to go up, and I don't want you to pass something and I have to go back and react retroactive. They're kind of related, so just wanted to mention that. And then I gotta bring up the fire stuff. I was kind of looking at that referendum, and I think it's the first time it was put up there yet. So I'm sure you guys are working on the wording and taking a look at getting it up there. It just doesn't say anything for a yes for people, because I know people are going to ask me how long we would increase it for. I think it said something about 10%, but I don't know how many years. I don't know if that's dependent upon how many people we would bring in 27 and 28. But I don't know if that should be part of the referendum. That's you guys think. And then the second one is if it's a no, the way it's worded now kind of infers that we're gonna get less services, and I don't think that's what we wanna tell the public. And that's just the way I read it the first time looking at it. Cause we still wanna keep our quality that we're doing now, cause we have great quality. We're not gonna get less quality, you're just not gonna get any more services. So I'm sure that the wording of it is a legal thing, but I think we wanna talk about that. And then I don't know if there's a long-term plan to keep those salaries for the people that we would be hiring, because if we're looking at a new police building, I think we're gonna get less interest income on the TIF districts if one closes, but that's a whole Jessica thing. You know, if we take a look at water rates and everything else, so I just think we have to be cognizant of what we're asking the public if we're gonna put that on the referendum, and if we pass it, that's gonna be increased to people's taxes plus these other things. So if we can just be cognizant of maybe the wording as a whole, that's what we want. So, thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Thank you. And the third one here, Jim Pinsnell.
Evening, Jim Penso, 502 Rose Street, Weston. Purpose of meeting minutes is to document what happened at a previous meeting for reference at a later date. Once again, the meeting minutes of the Board of Trustees have been inaccurately documented. It is common practice by the current regime to severely abbreviate what is said in meetings, so much so that it takes away the actual content of what it said. At the last meeting, President Mark Maloney did not allow a public comment period during the public hearing for the agenda item pertaining to the village budget. His exact words were board comments. You're all welcome to review the recording of the meeting at about 7 minutes and 26 seconds. Nowhere in those words was the intent of actually asking for public comment to be made. Then, when Maloney was confronted by me about this action, Administrator Gabert then stated something to the effect of, well, maybe people weren't given enough time, in another attempt to conceal Maloney's malfeasance. I would ask that the minutes are amended to reflect what actually happened. And how about that great Weston government shutdown last week? There was a phone outage at the municipal center. Totally understandable. No communication protocol is 100% bulletproof. Here's where the problem lies. Under the guidance of Jamie Gabert, staff decided they were unable to continue conducting business. No phones, no internet. All work in this building came to a grinding halt. No agendas were posted, no calls answered. The rest of us exist in the same world where phone and internet outages happen occasionally. However, we utilize alternate resources to continue to provide services and carry on accomplishing the mission. A majority of village staff receive a stipend for their cell phones. For some, it's a partial payment, while for others, it is paid in full. Taxpayers spend thousands of dollars annually for this expense. Unfortunately, not a soul thought it would be appropriate to call forward the village phone lines to one of the municipal-owned devices. No one thought it would be a good idea to utilize one of the several hotspots we pay for, or use one of those phones as a hotspot to continue to allow the office to remain open. When asked about this, there was no response from Mark Maloney, Stephen Cronin, or Jamie Gabert. My exact words to them were, I think this network outage is an excellent learning opportunity for improving village operations. We have cell phone boosters installed in the building. We have a majority of staff who have a stipend for their cell phone service. The village has hotspots which we pay for monthly. Most phones have hotspot capability. Utilizing the tools we already have, we could simply call forward calls to another number and use cellular data to continue conducting business, thereby providing the highest level of customer service and efficiency to our residents with exactly zero added cost. Clearly, transparency, accurate record keeping, efficiency, and accountability are not something which is welcome here. The residents of Weston deserve better.
All right, minutes from previous meetings. Number 4, approval of November 17th, 2025 Board of Trustees meeting.
Move to approve.
Approved by Zagami, second by Ermeling. Any more on the question? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. If the board would allow, I'd like to move 44 up to this point here. Let's see, discussion and or action on Kennedy Park hosting a concert up where with Wausau events on August 18th, 2026. I think we have someone in there. Okay, just I don't know if you want to
Pete,
Yep,
if you had
yeah.
anything you wanted to add, you
Sure,
can
go
just do
ahead.
name and address.
Okay, Pete Valiska, actually live in Cornwall. I'm board president of Wausau, that's 316 Scott Street, Wausau. I read through what Jamie had submitted, everything. I believe Jamie Parks and Rec included us using the park again. We ran our first concert that we didn't have downtown this year in Weston at Kennedy Park, highly successful, like we've got in the presentation. And our board voted to go ahead and do that again next year, should you folks want to do that. And we're gonna do it on a Tuesday, not a Wednesday, so it does not conflict with another event that's going on downtown next year. And also it aligns with the equipment that we use, such as the large stage that comes in from Appleton and what have you. That's a very busy week for us, so we're gonna bring it in. It's gotta go back, and it's gonna come back again for our Blues Fest, which is on the island, for island in Wausau. So very nice event. We were surprised by the turnout of everyone in Weston. The park was not only filled, kids, probably about 40 kids loved the dirt pile, so if that comes back, you know, playing King of the Hill. And we actually were more surprised with the amount of people that were actually having parties in their driveways or barbecuing and things like that. Everybody came out. So it was a great community event. We estimated there's probably about 1,800 people roughly in the park, and then your citizens around and everything else. We had one complaint, and I explained, I addressed it with the citizen that she just felt that the bass was too much and it was vibrating stuff off of her walls and things like that. So we took that down a little bit and adjusted it. And as Jamie noted in the thing, we're looking for next year to probably angle it more towards the aquatic center of the stage so that the bass isn't going off into the direction that it did. So if anybody has any questions, I can certainly answer them.
You may have any questions? I thought it was a great event last year. And nothing but positive. That's what I heard. I don't know what about the rest, so. Pretty good. All right. I'm looking for a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Motion to approve by Luis,
Second.
second by Hushain. Any more in the discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
For your support.
Thank you. You bet. Okay, moving to acknowledge reports, minutes from boards, committees and commissions. How do you want to handle that? All together or one at a time? Okay, is there a motion? Motion by Ermeling to acknowledge reports, minutes from boards, committees and commissions. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kern. Anything on the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you. Acknowledge reports from departments. All at once, all one at a time, you tell me.
Individually.
Individually, 17 administrator. Anything more you want to add?
Report is in the packet. I did also just again include the waste management collection schedule for carts, which we're coming up on that next week. And if you do happen to see at the public safety building, the new carts are starting to get delivered. So the parking lot is gonna have a series of new carts there and they'll get disseminated from that location. So you might get residents that are seeing the new carts in their driveway and they should just store them until January 1st and then begin to use them.
I mean, there's been quite a few notifications out there that you've seen. To be honest, I saw the two collections from Waste Management. And it took me a bit, maybe it's just my eyesight, but one was recycling, one was garbage. So I just couldn't understand why it was two different times, but yeah, so it's a 2-week period, they'll grab them all, so.
Yes,
And the Thursday is gonna be Friday, because of Christmas.
because, yes, and then
Yep.
Saturday.
Yep.
If by chance someone would get missed, maybe they're traveling for the holiday and they didn't get carts put out. If a neighbor would ask you, let them know to give the municipal center a call. We will start to publicize that after the first of the year, but if someone would get missed and still need their carts picked up, they just need to call into the municipal center and we'll collect their address and we'll provide a list of addresses to Waste Management to do a secondary return through the community.
And the colors again from Harder's are
Blue and black tops.
blue and black. Okay. Sounds good.
Green and black
Green and
tops.
black. Okay.
The container is blue
Mhm.
and the tops are green.
Black and green, okay. Right, okay. Any questions in there?
Just, you sent out, I don't know if you had it or the recycling booklet.
Mhm.
And I got one that was with my address and about a day or two later, I got another one with a rural route. And I was picking up my son's mail and he got two of them. So that's just two of us that got two.
I also got two.
I got two.
Of the refuge and
Yep,
recycling.
a couple days apart.
Yep.
Yeah, we can, Sun manages that mailing list for us, so we'll take a look and see what happened
You know,
there.
like I said, one had my address on and the other one was just like a rural route or
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah,
And I
mine
thought,
too.
well, gee, that's a lot away. I mean, if it's just,
I thought I got somebody else's and I was gonna get it to them but mine was identical to that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I only got one, but, did anybody else get two? You got two also?
Two.
Did you get two?
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if it's something to do with because we're elected officials and
no, my son got it.
that there was.
Yeah,
I
my
don't
my
know.
neighbors got two.
Yeah, my son did.
Yeah,
Or it's not because
Yeah.
they live next to an elected
We'll-
official, so.
we'll look at the route list and,
I think mine came like it was about 4 or 5 days apart.
Mine too.
It wasn't like one right after the other. I thought maybe the village did it on purpose, just to make sure everyone gets their cards collected in a timely manner. That's what I was thinking.
But I just kind of was,
Did you get one or two copies of the wire? Did you get the
I
same?
got two of the
I
wire.
got two of the wire also.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
Mhm.
Because we did a relook at the routes on the post office website to make sure that everybody was getting one, and there was a couple of routes that weren't on the list, and we had them add that, and I bet that's what made the two come. Yep.
yeah.
we appreciate you mentioning that, because
Yep.
then we can take care of that in the list for
Yep.
next
Well,
time.
yeah, because like I said, I thought, well, okay, just me, but all of a sudden, like I said, I seen it with my son and then there was somebody else said they had two and I'm going,
Okay.
okay.
And we know your addresses, so we can look to see if you were on those routes. Yeah, I only got one of both, so I must have been an existing route on the list.
Sounds good.
I only got one too.
Yeah. All right, any more for administrator? 18 clerk. Anything more you want to add?
Well, I just wanted to remind those that are up for reelection that December 26th would be the day of non-candidacy forms to be filed if you weren't going to run. And January 6th is the day that the paperwork would be needed to be received by me in the clerk's office by 5 p.m. And then I just wanted to also add, not that this is necessary, but last Wednesday when the agenda went out, I just want the board and the public to know that I did utilize my phone all day long. Messages came to my direct line, which I retrieved off my phone from residents. And I did utilize a hotspot, both Jamie provided me with one and myself, but I wasn't able to, it wasn't strong enough to upload all the data on my computer. So I could only go into like Google searches. And I also just wanted to let the public know too that agendas by law do not have to be posted. And they have to be posted 24 hours before the meeting. The board had asked that they get them by Wednesday. The board was apprised of the fact that we couldn't upload them, so we let them know, but we were within the law. So I just wanted to pass that along because we all used our phones all day long.
And I let several people from our residents know what was going on. I had several conversations here and it was fine. There's not an issue at all, so.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I just wanted to make sure the public knew because they hear things and then, but they don't know the real facts. So.
Yeah, I think it's rather ridiculous to think that all the business here just came to a
Yeah,
halt.
it didn't. I mean, we know that. It's obvious, so. All right, 19, finance. Any more, Jessica?
Nothing to add.
Okay, anything more for Jessica? Okay. Fire EMS, chief?
I have a report in the packet. The only thing I have to add is we did have several calls for frostbite and cold exposure during the cold snap between Friday and Sunday, more than we've really ever had before. Other than that, Nothing big to add unless anybody has any questions.
I think people are wearing less. They don't realize how serious it is.
One of them was wearing sandals.
Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me at all, not in the least, or shorts. All right, thank you. Any more questions for Chief? Park and Rec. Sean, any more?
I did have a report in the packet. It was quite brief, but I did get a brief update from Friends of Kennedy Park as far as their funds. They did receive an additional grant from the Community Foundation. We are currently working on the ice skating rink at Kennedy. So we finally got enough snow to pack and you may have seen that there's a bunch of ice rinks that have opened up in the area already. So we anticipate opening for the first time in multiple years before Christmas break and actually being open during Christmas break. So.
Good. Any more for Sean? Planning and development. Jen, any more?
The only thing I wanted just to let you know, I do have it in my report, an update on Evolve. The upgrade is live and
Saw that.
it's going very well. We haven't had many issues at all. We're just kind of tweaking things as we see them now, but we already got an email from one of our developers, home builders who kind of struggled with it in the past, and he has figured it out. So we're taking that as a win.
Good.
So yeah, it's been good.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. 23, Chief, please.
Yep, just have our monthly report in here. Had about 1,927 calls for the month and pretty much status quo from where we've been a year ago, so. Unless somebody has some
I
questions.
go through those sheets and I mean, I know there's a couple officers in here, but you gotta actually take a break sometimes just to see all the stuff going on here that people don't know. It's quite amazing. So thank you for what you guys do in public safety. So any more for Chief Hunt? Nope. Okay. Public Works, Michael, any more do you want to add?
I did put our 2025 kind of Pacer rating summary in there. If anyone's interested in our streets and that condition, and then yeah, I guess first snowfall really came where we got to take the equipment out. So we have a few people in new spots. So if you notice something different from last year, it's probably a reason for that. But if it's a bad different, let me know. So
I would just like to, I was out plowing the morning we got that heavy snowfall and the roads were terrible when I left it too. And it was quite astounding to see how quickly they got cleaned up. So thank you to you and your crew.
I got behind the 3 doing Schofield Avenue and that outside lane on the right, whoever's doing that, I thought it was pivotal steering on the back end or front because they go in and out for the streets when they hit a street intersection. The other 2 are kind of straight, but that, whoever that was, my Lord, hats off. And that's taking that whole truck in and out. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
if anybody ever wants to ride along, let us know.
I'd be scared to death.
It is fun to actually
I'd be scared
ride
to
along
death.
on Schofield Ave.
Yeah, there was someone, 10 feet behind that truck too, and I thought, oh my Lord, back up. Great job. And the roads, I mean, Fuller, somebody else said it here too, Weston and Schofield Avenue. It's just a treat to see them finished. It really is. The walking, the crosswalks and stuff, it's very welcoming. I really like it. So thank you. It's a heck of a summer. You definitely need to, I think in Jamie's reports, he said, or part of something I saw, we need to celebrate the wins more. You better believe it. We do. Because we try to take care of everything so fast and the wins are important to celebrate. Good job. Technology, Nate?
Nothing to add. Do you have any questions?
I couldn't hear you. We have no mics in here. What?
Add.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's all right. All right. We're gonna get some kind of a bid on that, right? Pretty soon.
Yeah, I have a
Okay,
couple
good.
people already.
I know you. I'm just teasing. All right, let's see. So we're looking for a motion, 17 to 25.
Motion to acknowledge.
Second.
Motion to acknowledge reports from departments by Ermeling, second by Cronin. Any more in the discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Work product transmittals, 26, acknowledge November building permits.
Motion to acknowledge items 26, 27, and 28 concurrently.
Motion to acknowledge work product transmittals 26, 27, and 28 concurrently by Cronin. Second by Zagami. Any more on the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Let's see, consent agenda. We got approval of vouchers, checks numbers 65691 through 65829 and 9028288 and 90231. And you want to do that separate? Let's do those separate.
Motion to approve vouchers.
Motion to approve vouchers by Ermling,
Second.
second by Kern. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 31, appointment of a new agent for Mask Gay LLC DBA Tynan Seller. What's your pleasure?
Move to approve.
Move to approve by Zagami,
Second.
second by Cronin. Any more on the discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Ordinance is 33, ordinance number 25-017, an ordinance to approve the rezoning of 5603 Business Highway 51, ZRH LLC DBA Quick Trip from PD Plan Development to B2 Highway Business Zoning District, Village of Weston, Marathon County, Wisconsin.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Cronin,
Second.
second by Lopes Serrano. Any more in the discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 34, ordinance number 25-018, an ordinance to approve the rezoning of 9707 Anastasia Drive from RR2 Rural Residential 2 Acre to SFL Single Family Residential Large Lot Zoning District, Village of Weston, Marathon County, Wisconsin.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Cronin,
Second.
second by Kern. Any more in the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? So carried. Resolution number 35, resolution 2025-021, a resolution to approve the preliminary plat of Bull Junior View subdivision.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Cronin. Second by Zagami. Any more in the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. At 36 here, there was a recommendation to move 50 up to this point.
You wouldn't
No?
necessarily have to. When you
Okay.
get to 50, you could say in your motion that they would just be added to the fee schedule if approved.
Okay.
And then they wouldn't have to return in the fee schedule for approval. You could add, if you do agree to the increase in the aquatic center prices, that they're added to the fee schedule as approved.
Okay. 36, yes.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Resolution 2025-022, a resolution amending the village fee schedule. What's your pleasure?
I move to approve.
Motion to approve by Lopes Serrano,
Second.
second by Kern. Anything on discussion?
Yes.
Ermeling?
On one of it, it was, you were going to be charging, now, my notes, I'm sorry, I kind of should have redid them when I was doing it, but there was going to be a fee for using debit and credit cards.
Mhm.
It's illegal to put a fee on a debit card.
So that is not something new. We have a third party that accepts payments and that's what they have. It can't be illegal. Because they're the ones.
Because if I go to a restaurant or whatever and they, unless they say they will give a discount for cash, that's one thing. But if they have a fee that you use your credit card or debit card, they can't on the debit.
Their machine accepts PINs, does it? We don't necessarily take debit cards. You can use your debit card as a credit
Card, yeah, you use your debit
Process.
card as a credit
So
card.
that's what they're saying. They're saying that you can use your debit card, but you have to use it as a credit card.
Okay, because,
I don't think
Well,
they're
I'm
actually
just-
accepting the actual debit card,
No,
right?
we don't.
because that,
Go to your bank.
because that I read and I thought, it's, because I even checked with the banks and they said, no, you cannot put a fee
Not,
on a
not as a
debit card.
debit card,
Yeah.
but a debit card is a dual purpose card. And I
We don't
think,
get to keep that fee either.
No.
That's,
Right.
that's how
Okay,
we.
well, I just, and we were doing that.
Mhm.
And then there was, this one is more why than anything else. You have a $50 fee to repair a driveway. And I'm going, why would you charge somebody $50 for a permit to repair their driveway?
Well, we have a deck permit fee to repair a deck. Why would you not have a fee to repair a driveway? I mean, I remodeled my home. I was repairing my home and I
Or
paid a
remodeling,
lot
you're
of.
changing things and
Yeah.
you could.
Under commercial?
Mhm.
Well, I was reading through and like I said, there was a fee to repair a driveway. And I'm going, I mean, there was a fee, it didn't say that you would pay for if you were going to seal coat it. But I don't know if you were gonna patch a hole, you mean I need a permit?
No, like basically what it is for them to ensure that they're putting the driveway entrance back in correctly. That's why that's being
For the
added.
inspection.
It's for basically the inspection.
Okay, and then you do inspect it, because
Mhm.
that was the other
Mhm.
You
question.
have to make sure because they don't, depending on where it's at, you can't have certain, and then Michael knows more than I do on that, but like it has to be concrete or they can't go out into the street. So that's what it's.
I mean, I'm not going to replace, I'm just going to repair it, and I've got
Yeah.
a cracked up spot and
If it involves an inspection, there's a fee.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just repairing say a 5x5 area that's bad, that I don't think would fall under here, but if you're hiring, Zillich Asphalt to come and redo your whole driveway.
well, yeah, but that's replacement, and
Correct,
that I
yeah.
understand. This is repair.
It doesn't, it says replacement or expansion residential.
Yeah, so underneath commercial, there's a repair, because what we're
Okay.
having now, like in the case of Quick Trip on Barbican, they repaired those driveways and they removed the little tiles that they had out there
Okay.
and replaced with
Okay,
concrete.
well, I just,
So, and we didn't really have a fee to kind of do that, and so we have to review the plans and then make sure that it was installed to plan afterwards, so there's just a small fee.
okay, I got a couple more here.
Okay.
And there wasn't an existing residential driveway. Resurfacing or expansion, that was $40. It was just under the miscellaneous permit fee, so now we're
Some of this was
Trying to
just moving.
clean it up
them
and
to
put them
clean it,
together.
Yeah,
Okay.
clean it up.
Okay, and the other one I question is, if you replace an AC unit, it's $50. Do you inspect that then? I mean, if I've got an AC unit that quits and I want to put in a new one, I got to get a building permit or a permit for that?
We are inspecting them, yes, if someone calls.
I mean, I guess I don't really know why.
You remember when we had board of review too, Greg was talking about if he noticed brand new AC units, how that also got then.
Well, if he notices an AC unit, he will, put it on. I don't know if it's a new one, but if you didn't have one before and you put one in, then he assesses it. But if you're just replacing your old unit because it wasn't working right, I guess I have a kind of a problem with being charged
If
with
it
it.
causes an inspection.
But
Or
why?
is needed, then you would have a fee. If you replace your unit and you don't have an inspection, you don't pay a fee. Would
But
that
you
be
could
correct?
get fined for not having a permit.
I've never been fined.
Well, because they didn't catch you.
Nope, I talked to everybody about everything I was doing.
Okay. Well, that was in there and I just,
Mhm.
okay, and I think that was it on that one.
Okay.
Sean, is this Andrew?
Yep, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So I've actually replaced the air conditioner at home and they do an electrical inspection because they are changing out the electrical and then your refrigerant lines are also being cut and then resoldered. So you want to make sure that's installed correctly because you might have a bad heating and cooling installation company that could mess it up. So you would definitely want that completed. And then with a newer one, they put a disconnect on the outside of the house too. So there are some electrical and plumbing things that need to be inspected with it, with the installation.
Well, that was my question then. Do you inspect it? If I get a permit, are you coming out to inspect it?
If
I'm not,
somebody
but-
calls.
No, I know you're not.
Somebody calls.
If somebody calls for the inspection,
Yep.
yes.
They do.
And if it's
Okay.
in the system and we don't get one, they will follow up.
Okay, that was all right.
Okay.
Okay.
So any more questions? What's your pleasure? No, in discussion. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 37, resolution 2025-023, a resolution adopting the proposed road right-of-way dedication for Barclay Way identified in the proposed certified survey map for 2819 Ross Avenue.
Motion to approve.
Motion approved by Cronin. Second by Zagami. Any more on the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? So carried. Unfinished business. 38, discussion and or action on a spring referendum for exceeding the state of Wisconsin levy limits.
So I'm hoping tonight that we have a good, healthy discussion, just because we got a couple things to talk through. First, I did get the minutes from the village of Red Mountain, so I do have those, because what I had provided in the packet was a synopsis, but we did have 5 of the 7 board members there that evening to also hear the conversation. But the motion from the village of Red Mountain is in support of the staffing of 6 additional safer personnel, either 3 in 2027 and 3 in 2028, or all 6 mid-year 2027, and direct staff to set up a town hall forum to discuss fire and EMS safety and the need for staffing. And that motion passed 5-0 at Red Mountain. We can talk about at a kind of a later point in time if maybe we'd like to do something jointly with Red Mountain, but they are not going to proceed to referendum. They had that conversation, and they can take up this cost within their levy limit now. And so if they would maybe do an educational session, but it wouldn't be for a referendum question. The other piece I just want to talk about when we have that conversation about education, it's important to know that there is that draft resolution tonight. After we would talk through that, we would bring it back in January. And if you approve that and we're going to referendum, the village can educate, but you cannot advocate for the referendum. So if there are others that want to advocate for it, they certainly can. They feel strongly about it and can advocate. But as trustees and as the village, we can educate, but we cannot advocate for the referendum. And we also cannot spend public funds towards advocating for the referendum.
So, question? If we go to referendum and referendum doesn't pass, and Red Mountain already passed and they approved that, how that work?
We would have to evaluate at that point in time, could we do less? Could we, and maybe try and add it in incrementally? I don't know, or maybe it wouldn't be something that we could do the 3 staff next year. We could also try to go to referendum again in the fall. We would have a variety of options, I guess.
I think I was there that night, so I think the way that I interpreted that conversation was that they would be in support of it. Now, if something happened and we can't fund it, then ultimately I think they would be fine staying where it's at. That's the vibe that I got from the meeting. But I think you have to go to referendum and see what happens and then have that discussion.
All I was gonna say is, there was a safer board meeting between the Red Mountain one and this one, right?
No, there was not.
Oh, there wasn't, okay. Otherwise, just, hearing the conversations in Red Mountain was super helpful to see that we're pretty in lockstep about our desire to expand the fire service, and that we should be able to work together to get whatever achieved. So, yeah. Move forward.
So I did, just as we're talking through it, I did include the information that was in the Village of Rib Mountain packet, which included the memo from their administrator and a nice cost breakdown for the staff, including the breakdown for it's an estimate for Weston and for Rib Mountain. That's based off of the current percentages, which do adjust slightly every year. And then the staffing, this was the presentation that Chief provided, which we can certainly talk through if anyone had questions on this. Chief could talk through this staffing plan and what he was thinking about for staffing levels.
Yeah, I don't know if, does anybody have any questions? I can go through that slide by slide if you'd like me to. It does take me probably 20 minutes or so. I don't know if you want to put time into that or if anybody wants to look at it. And if you have questions, let me know. You tell me.
Anyone?
I listened to it at the meeting.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good too. I'm good.
To the referendum question or the resolution. So I did also include this. Jessica put together, given that Rib Mountain said it could either be the 3 and 3 or the 6 mid-year of 2027. We did do that amount of the 6 mid-year and we rounded up slightly to the 600,000. So this is what we would be looking as the levy impact. If we did 600,000 or 700,000, that would be adding all 6 staff mid-year 2027. What that doesn't account for would be this year, you did use the $50,000 of savings from this year's budget to apply towards next year's budget, right? So you're that $50,000 isn't accounted for in the $600,000. That would be just the cost of the 6 staff. So some conversation about, comfort level with the numbers and what that impact would be. The resolution is drafted right now as an ongoing resolution. It doesn't have a sunset date in it. And I did include in the RFC that we'd want to reach out and just get some legal review of that resolution before we bring it back in January. I don't know if there's a comfort level of just doing that, or if the board wanted to talk about like a dollar amount not to exceed, but I would just feel more comfortable if we just had a legal review of it before we brought it back for final.
Mhm. Thoughts? Discussion?
Is our attorney review this also?
No. No, Attorney Edie helped us to put together the first draft, but that was now 18 months ago. So he has not reviewed what's in the packet. That's our starting draft for conversation and to collect feedback.
So we're gonna have him review it?
Yes. At least I'm getting that consensus. We all feel like he should. Yep.
I think it should, yes.
I have no issues with the way that agenda question is worded unless anybody else does, but I think it's very well written.
You mean for the legal municipality review it also? Is that what you're talking about?
If you want them to, right, I think you had mentioned that you already wanted to have, did Matt Edie review that or?
I probably would send it to Matt. I did ask the league can review it for us, but they cannot provide legal advice. So whatever they would share with us would be a legal opinion. They did provide though, a list of attorneys that also have done other referendum questions. I think if we could certainly share it with Attorney Edie and ask him if there was for any reason that he had questions that we could seek other sources of help through the league. I do have the question in there right now. I have it in parentheses that maintaining existing fire protection, because if, let's say you wanted to do between the 6 and the 650 to cover that bit of savings that we used this year and the 6 staff, then that question would be expanded. Because it would be both maintaining and adding. Do you have any concerns with it being ongoing?
I think I like it the way you have it,
Yeah.
Our attorney review it, Matthew review it, and also discuss it with him. Get his opinion on sending it to legal municipality and get the second opinion from them, so. Do we have to make a motion on that?
I agree. I'm fine with it
think
too.
so.
Yeah.
Cause my question, oh, I'm sorry, could I?
Go ahead.
Was if we didn't have it ongoing, when it came to the end, would we, I assume we wouldn't go backwards, we would be just locked into where we are at, right? Our levy, it wouldn't go back to where we started for the referendum.
No, I think the only way that that would occur is just talking through odd scenarios. I mean, even if the referendum passes, you still have to file the paperwork with the state to say that you're going to increase the levy. The only, I mean, if we hit a situation where something happened and we chose not to do it, or I don't know what that even possibly could be, then we would just not file that paperwork. But then once it's added to the levy, it's added to the levy.
Okay.
Am I missing anything that you want to add?
That I know.
Okay.
And Jess, you were good with the way this was written?
We worked together, getting
Okay.
the numbers right.
Just got the numbers right.
Yeah, the only thing I want to say is, I was really disappointed. So the net new construction we had for the 2026 budget was the highest we've had in the last 8 years. It was $131,000 increase. We haven't had that high of an increase for the last 8 years, so I'm a little bummed that we have to say, oh, this is what we're gonna get, but the likelihood of getting that is probably not. We haven't had over 2, so in the past 8 years, we've had 2 years that were over 2%. The rest, they've been lower. We haven't had over 100,000 for several years, so we're showing the public, unfortunately, that's the number we have to use though, when we're estimating.
All right.
Are we 600,000 then, is what I'm hearing? Okay.
I mean, we could go lower if you want to go. I think I actually added it, Josh's numbers up, 590 or something.
We rounded up just a
But
little bit.
with that is unknown with our health insurance increases and what the union will finally settle at for wage increases.
Okay, it's a pleasure.
I'll move to approve the resolution for referendum.
You can't move to approve the resolution yet because it's not listed as a resolution, but you could say that you acknowledge the resolution for the 6 new staff and would have it sent to the attorney for review. You could just say, I move that.
Motion by,
I was reading your motion in here, and it didn't make sense to me at all, so I just drop it and try to move that way. But I'll move to approve for hire 6 firefighter and have it for spring.
It'll come back after attorney review in January.
We'll get back after attorney Edie review.
a motion by Zagami,
Second.
second by Cronin. Any more on the discussion?
I just want to make sure we all understand the motion. So we're proceeding with the approval of 6 staff. And this will get reviewed and come back to us for final approval.
January.
Yeah, but the resolution will be structured for 600,000 and new hires, and we will remove the part about maintaining existing, because we're not adding that 50,000. Yeah.
Thank you. Good. Okay, any more discussion? Hearing none? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 39, discussion and possible action on the National Employee Survey Report results administered through Polko.
I make a motion to acknowledge the National Employee Survey Report of result.
Motion by Ermeling. Second by Lopes Cyril. Any more of the discussion?
There was also the motion at finance.
Yes, I assume that, yeah. And we should probably say that, like, and then all the ones with the planning commission too. So any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. New business, discussion and or action on president's appointments to committees and or commissions. So we have position that we'd like to fill tonight. And it's on our CLIPS committee, Community Life and Public Safety. Lisa Beck put in for that, and she's here tonight. But I would like to appoint her to the CLIPS committee. If you all agree. So I'll need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Cronin,
Second.
by Zagami. Any more on the discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Welcome aboard, Lisa. We'll have some homework for you after the meeting. Okay.
Of course.
All right, thank you. Let's see, 41, discussion and or action on 2026, 2027 appointment of election inspectors. It's in your packet. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Ermeling,
Second.
second by Kern. Anything on the discussion? Any more on the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? So carried. 43, discussion and or action on 2025 Tree City USA application.
You missed 42.
I did. Yes, I did. Man, that was on purpose. Discussion and or possible action, I'm just teasing. Discussion and or action, possible action on deputy clerk administrative assistant position options.
I move to approve the flexibility of a part-time deputy clerk / administrative support specialist position description.
Motion by Lopes Serrero,
Second,
second by Ermeling,
and that was approved also.
by finance, okay?
HR and finance,
Okay,
yep.
excellent. Hearing, any more on the discussion? I think that's a great idea. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thanks for reminding me, Pam, to grab 42. 43, discussion and or action on 2025 Tree City USA application. What's your pleasure? Kind of a no-brainer.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Ermeling,
Second.
second by Cronin. Any more in the discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 44, we took care of. 45, discussion and or action on notice of termination of lease agreement between Crane Meadows Golf LLC and the village for 7808 Zinsser Street. It's that golf driving range that's kitty corner from the golf, it'd be what, the north west corner of Zinsser and Weston. What's your pleasure?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve by Zagami.
Motion to acknowledge.
Discussion or action?
It's just to acknowledge. You don't have to approve, just that you're acknowledging that the lease was terminated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Motion to acknowledge by Zagami,
Second.
second by Kern. Any more in the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 46, discussion and or action on Granite Ridge Subdivision Development Agreement. Request for deviations from the standard practices. It's your pleasure.
We do have applicants here tonight too.
This went through,
So this went through planning.
Planning, yep.
We made a motion to deny.
Some went through planning and some went through Public Works and Utilities. I have that noted on the second page of the RFC. So Public Works and Utilities did not approve the request of disallowing the weight limits or not abiding by weight limits. And Plan Commission did disallow the reduction in sidewalks, that they would only be on one side and not both sides. So the other items are under the board's purview that are in the chart here. Staff did just make a recommendation on the ones that we were comfortable with, given the securities for the subdivision. But I think the other ones we would need to address. We could go through them together if you would like before a motion, or we could put a motion on the floor.
what's your pleasure?
I'll make a motion to approve and deny as recommended from staff, the amendments.
You mean by public committee and planning commission?
I'm just saying the recommendation above in our RFC.
Yep. So motion by Lopes Ferrero.
And I will second that.
Okay. Deny and approve. And a second by Cronin. Any more on the discussion?
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead, Barb.
I guess, and I think this is the correct one. Is this the one where they want to have a path that will lead to the park?
Yes.
Where is that path gonna be?
I think I have the map in here. I can pull it up.
I couldn't find one.
Sorry.
Page 306.
Thanks.
306.
It's almost there. Let me make this smaller so we can see it.
Thank you.
It's gonna be.
It's in the, right where the green and the blue of phase 3 and 4 meet.
I was trying to figure out how they were getting to the park from where.
That would go to the adjacent property, which is Robinwood Park. And then it'd kind of be a pass kind of through that nature, wild, yeah.
That isn't gonna connect with that little path that is there that's actually privately owned.
No, yeah, this is further south in that path between Casey Ray Court and Kyle Road.
Okay, and then the other one is, they would put that in?
Well, they would, the easement or the land is part of the outlot for the stormwater pond, and then as the Parkland or park impact fees are collected, the village would use that money to then build that path to connect
Okay,
Robinwood
because
Park.
that was gonna be, you know, what, yeah, okay, and then we would be maintaining that then after.
Correct, yeah. It'd be a village, it'd be part of the park, the trail system.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on the floor. Any more in the discussion? Any more in the discussion?
Does anyone want to talk through any of the other items or have concerns, or did you want to, did the applicants want to say, applicants is a plan commission term, right?
Well,
Developers want to say anything?
Anything?
I think we're good.
Okay, all right.
because the staff had no concern with 4, 5, 8, or 11.
Provided the security gets put in place, which is.
Right.
Yeah.
And would be comfortable with 9 and 12, once security outline. And then they didn't have them with 1, 2, 6, 7, or 13, right? Am I correct? in that?
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, and 13.
Per motion, there's some denials and some approvals. Yep.
Yes, my motion is to approve the items in the first part and then deny the recommendations in the second part.
Yep. Okay,
All right.
any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried, thank you. All right. 47. Discussion and or action on 2025 budget amendments.
I have a RFC in the packet, or we're asking for a couple different things. The first one, we're asking for a transfer of any surplus in the general fund over to the capital projects. Anything in excess of $50,000, that $50,000 we need to hold back because that's the money we applied to the 2026 budget. And then if you look at the RFC, I have a spreadsheet of some account numbers that we're looking at moving some money between. We are increasing a couple different revenue lines, the municipal court. We're finally budgeting the revenues and expenditures properly. We're supposed to be budgeted net last year, and we want to break those out to separate revenue and expenditure. And then the interest income, we increased closer to actual.
Any questions? It's your pleasure.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Ermeling. Second. Second by Lopes Merrill.
That's at finance and HR.
And it went through finance and HR,
Yes.
okay? Any more on the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed? So carried. 48, discussion and or action on sales of surplus items. Good job posting all that. Good information. What's your pleasure?
Move to approve.
Move to approve by Zagami,
Second.
second by Kern. Any more in the discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 49, discussion and or action on the hospital area repaving change order number 3.
That change order, there's no money exchange, it's just the time.
Yep.
I'll move to approve.
Move to approve by Zagami,
Second.
second by Cronin. Any discussion? Yep, go ahead.
Time to waste, no. On the hospital street, that money I assume would be set aside that we had for 25 to 26.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's not gonna, because he's doing it a year later, cost anything more?
Same unit costs, yes.
Oh, okay.
They went pretty quick on that. Get the road done and my wife retires. There you go. What the heck? Any more on the discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Number 50, discussion and or action on Aquatic Center 2026 season prices.
Mr. President.
You're abstain, okay. Trustee Cronin abstains.
I'll move to approve the changes to the aquatic center prices recommended by the Parks and Recreation Committee and add them to the fee schedule.
Motion to approve by Lopes Sorrell. Is there a second?
No second.
Second by Kern. Any more on the discussion?
Yeah, I get another one.
I have-
On the,
Go ahead.
okay, on the pool fees. I see the increases to the daily fee.
Mhm.
Is there nothing in, like, I was trying to follow it and there is a senior fee. And is there no increase on that one? Okay, I wasn't sure. I read it 2 different ways and I finally thought I have to ask. And then you're going to be doing that there will no longer be a non-resident fee?
We've never had, in recent years, we have not had a resident, non-resident daily fee.
Okay,
Switched that about 18 years ago.
okay, well, that was because wasn't Rothschild allowing us
No. No, it was just due to
out?
physically asking people their address,
Yes.
going to a map to see where they lived. And
Yeah.
it was slowing the process down, like we couldn't get people in the building. So we went to a straight rate for both resident and non-resident.
Now, when you're saying that, I remember the discussion.
You may have been on the committee when we did it.
Who knows? Okay, I guess that pretty much, I just was reading some of this and that there was nothing in seniors for the increase in the fee schedule but yet I thought I read something that you were increasing it and I thought, well, one or the other had to change, so.
No, I mean, we went over all the costs. The only one that we didn't go over was the birthday party package, which I consulted with our concession operator regarding that. And that's where the dollar increase came from. That's the only one that didn't actually go through the Park and Rec Committee. And then some other additional information is Village Rothschild Board approved our recommendations for their facility last Tuesday also. So, and we were only looking for them to approve the joint season pass, but they actually are approved all the changes that we
Okay.
did. So
So, okay,
Go ahead.
so what that means, they agreed they're gonna close their,
Not for another year.
no?
One
I
more
see
year.
everybody shaking
Yeah,
head,
one
no?
more year.
Are they closing it and they all coming to Village of Weston? facility?
We have not gotten to that point. We've had discussions with them, as you know. But the only decision they made was that they would be open for 2026. And then I think to make a determination for beyond that.
That we would work on an agreement.
Work on an agreement, yes.
So and then they'll match our fees. We've done that the last several years, so it
Yeah,
would.
we've had matching fees since 2017.
Whatever we do, our price shouldn't increase. That's all I'm gonna say. Because, you know, they're coming in there, they're gonna increase our cost, but they gotta pay for it. I agree
We
with
shouldn't,
that. I like to see they use our facility, but they have to pay for it.
So you're saying we shouldn't increase our fees?
They're not our fee. It shouldn't be increased in our fee.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like our budget.
Right. They should pay what the cost's gonna be. You gotta calculate that to see what is that number is. And it shouldn't impact what the resident of the village pay for it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that'll be the agreement we make with them.
Yeah.
And then if they choose to not continue with their pool, Schofield and West and Rothschild.
Right.
But they'll announce that to their residents and have some meetings with them first. Yeah.
Yeah, just to be clear, we're not discussing that at all tonight.
No, not at all.
No, I just
no.
clear because
We're just doing
they
our
were
season
talking about the
passes.
cost.
Yep.
That's what I
Yep.
brought it up.
Yeah, right.
We discussed this in pretty good detail at Parks and Rec meeting. We compared to a lot of other municipalities and comparable pool facilities that were built by the same company, just to see kind of how prices match. So I think the increase was appropriate. We didn't want to impact seniors. We also created a veteran rate so that we could have a lower price there. So I think they're very reasonable.
I agree. Okay, any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. We're gonna move into a closed session, but do we want to, any attorney referrals? None. Any administrator referrals? Any remarks from trustees? Because when we go into closed session, everybody's gonna go.
Merry Christmas,
I'm sure
everyone.
you're all gonna say Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
okay? Again from me. And then our next January meeting is Monday the 19th at 6 p.m. Now, let's see, motion to move to closed session pursuant to Wisconsin stat 19.85, parent 1, parent C, to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility for this village administrator's annual evaluation. Roll call vote.
Maloney?
Aye.
Need a motion
We
first?
need a motion first, I guess.
I'll so move.
Motion by Cronin, second by Ermeling. All those in favor say aye. Now we do roll call. Yeah, I'm just trying to catch you guys, you know, you caught me, I want to catch you. So, aye for Maloney.
Cronin?
Aye.
Ermeling? Aye. Kern?
Aye.
Lopes Sorrell?
Aye.
Pagani?
Aye.
Thank you. We are now in closed session.
Okay, we're back.
All right, what's your pleasure on a motion about closed session? Anybody care to make a motion?
I'll make a motion for a 3% increase for our village administrator salary.
I'll second it.
Motion by Lopes Serrero, second by Cronin on a 3% increase for our village administrator, Jamie Gabart. Any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. All right,
Motion to adjourn.
I almost said no. Motion by Cronin to adjourn, second by
Me.
Lopes Serrero. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 7:50. 7:50 adjourned. That's pretty snappy. I'm telling you.